Welcome to another episode of Compliance Week podcast for the year 2025. I have another guest with me this time. It's our Chief Operations Officer, Mr. Pravin Sharma. Sir, thank you for giving time for this discussion. It's absolutely fabulous to have you in this discussion for the second year. For the first time also, we had a very good conversation with you. And this is the second time we are using your time and spreading awareness on compliance and importance of compliance within the system. Sir, how do you see compliance changing its dynamics from the last year when we met to this year? How do you see the framework of compliance changing?
Thanks a lot, Hitesh. There is a very good change from previous year to this year. The major shift which is coming, the compliance is always very important. And earlier, if you see that till last year, we were having pushing ourselves for doing the compliance in terms of whether all the records are coming, it's not coming, and what is the level of compliance. So if you see the earlier, if the level of compliance is 80%, so this year level of compliance has gone to 85 to 90%.
Lovely.
And how this works is once you start, so there are very different layers
Sure.
on compliance.
Sure.
So the more and more granular, it's going to help the system and the procedure to be more important.
Sure.
So now the level is increasing in terms of more deeper compliance.
Right. Right.
So first you see that all the customers are in the same right category, and once the right category is defined, then whether all the parameters are getting categorized.
Right.
So from that layer to this layer, now the compliance level, the more deeper compliance is moving.
Fantastic. Sir, एक concept बहुत prevalent होता है, especially within the operations framework, right first time. तो जब right first time एक तरफ है और compliance दूसरी तरफ है, जहाँ पे आपको rules, regulations सब follow करने हैं, does it help or hinder the right first time approach that we continue to drive? What's your view?
It's a good question. If you see it in today's environment, where especially the Gen Z or the new generation
Youth,
guys,
जी,
they don't believe the second time. So any product, any service which you are bringing to the market,
जी,
there is no second. If you are first, then first time has to be right.
correct.
And I strongly believe any customer would like to have the first time right only.
जी,
In doing that first time right, it is going to help the institution building the brand image, not creating the other issues like grievances, because many times you have seen that if customer face the first time problem, this young customer base will never come to second time to attempt also.
right.
So it is more important in the today's environment that your solution, your service, your product, when it is getting launched to the market, when you are making available to the industry, it should be right. Because there is no choice available for you to give your corrections and come back.
Backup नहीं है.
Today's
Environment, yeah.
customer base, it does not allow you to do that.
Right, right.
If you do that, then there is a larger impact. So my perception, and I'm of the strong view, it should be the first time right.
Thank you, sir. This is very well said. Sir, there is another angle to this, that customers judge the experience with the bank with their frontline experience. And I think customer experience and compliance get integrated in many ways. Regulators are following it up, and there is a lot of enhanced focus on this area. So from a frontline perspective, since the last time when we interacted to now, how has everything evolved, and what are we doing differently now to deliver better first time experience, the frontline experience?
Any customer, when touch base to the bank, and this touch base can be the various touch points. Now the touch points can be the online,
जी,
can be the direct physical to the branch,
correct.
and sometimes it is hybrid also, because the kind of customer base which you hold, if I have started certain journey with the bank online and I stuck somewhere, I may be of the view that somebody can help me physical. So I approach the branch. Then branch should be able to support
Solve the
me.
problem. Yes.
So in both the scenarios, the person to whom I am interacting either in the branch, if I am going to the branch and asking that I have started my journey for maybe customer onboarding, maybe customer some transaction support, that I have stuck here.
Right.
If that branch is able to support me, that my experience is the best.
Better. Ji.
So from the previous year to this year, if you see our bank's customer onboarding, now we have the STP journey for account opening,
Yes.
and that is not limited to the liability, it has also gone to the
Assets.
asset side.
Ji.
And we have also enabled that if something has stuck at certain level, you can approach to the branch and branch can initiate that journey from where you have left.
Right. Right.
So the experience of the customer get improved.
Right.
He feels that okay, I need not to repeat my entire journey, and the certain data points is already available and it's start.
Right.
In addition to that, you must have submitted certain papers in other bank, but you love to this bank and want to have a relationship.
Right.
So there is a RBI concept on CKYC. So we have initiated that the customer, if has the CKYC, you start from there.
Okay.
So you need not to repeat or submit the documents
Very
again.
interesting. So it saves
saves
significant time for the customer. Right.
Not required to submit the documents.
Right.
So the journey can be finished very quickly.
Right.
So we have seen, and customer onboarding can happen as quickly as 10 to 15 minutes.
Right.
From the liability side.
This is fantastic, sir. How we using the digital tools to improve our customer experience? It's phenomenal, sir. How do you see this with changing trends on digital over next 3 to 5 years? A lot of digital incubation will happen. How do you see compliance changing along with it? Because there are always risks involved. What are the kind of risks that you're seeing with it?
So, by seeing the today's environment, you are one step, and there are set of people who see from a different side altogether.
Correct.
So, if that kind of things happens, then you have to be more proactive and compliance.
Right.
Otherwise, it happens that you may not be able to cope up.
Right.
If you see the previous years, the more threat was on customer side. Over a period of time, banks has implemented something called the fraud risk.
Right.
And that fraud risk helps you in terms of supporting the customer need. Because the future is the digital. Nobody wants to visit branches very frequently.
Right.
And the young generation, definitely not. If I take an example of either yours or mine, we may not have visited the branch maybe last 3 years or 4 years.
True.
Barring few cases where physical presence is required.
Right.
So digital is the way, no doubt about it.
Right.
With digital, there is a risk of cyber. That also has to be keep on upgrading yourself.
Right.
And two things. One, the customer awareness, very, very important.
Right.
Because the kind of security layers which you implement, it gives the complexity for the customer.
Right.
So you have to make a balance with customer complexity in terms of operating,
Right.
plus the cyber security or any IT security related layers.
Right.
So level of education to the customer plus level of backend operations to monitor the each transaction.
Right.
If you are able to monitor the each transaction and able to understand with the latest technologies, especially the AI,
Right.
because AI is helping you to understand that this transaction has been really initiated by Mr. Hitesh, or somebody is behaving like a Mr. Hitesh
Correct.
and trying to do the transaction.
Correct.
So the differentiation can be created with this kind of technology. So I feel more and more use of this technology will help you to mitigate your risk in terms of digital transactions.
So technology is obviously changing all spheres of operations, and one of the area which is important from a servicing standpoint, but equally critical from a compliance standpoint, is REKYC. So over last 1 year, what are those things that we've done as far as REKYC is concerned that's changed the landscape?
KYC is important
Correct.
and re-KYC is so.
Right.
And in terms of revalidating the KYC for any customer is majorly based on the risk categorization, where that customer is getting categorized, whether it's in high risk, medium or low.
Right.
So depending on that, the duration within which you have to do the validation again. And again, if you see from the previous ones, the discussions, the methodology, the availability of the channels.
Right.
So bank has implemented multiple channels for
Okay.
completing this kind of re-KYC by the customer themselves.
Okay.
So the very unique, which other than the banks which we have, is our through WhatsApp channel.
Okay.
And in bank we call as a UVCon.
Okay.
So through UVCon, we have communicated to the customer that your KYC is due.
Right.
And if you have not changed in any KYC documents, then you please confirm to us here itself. And we have it's so automated that if you are saying yes or no, it directly get fed it to the core. So in next 5 to 10 minutes, you are able to complete the re-KYC. In addition to that, we have also used our digital call center.
Right.
And therein the setup has been made that once as a customer you are in agreement that yes, you want to complete your KYC, it will divert to the IVR.
Right.
And from there you complete your the KYC.
KYC, yes.
Because it requires your protection of customer rights, that the online person in the digital call center is not able to note or anything here. So that has been made that it will be diverted to the IVR and the customer himself is doing the completing the TKYC.
Right.
Other than these normal channels like ATM or internet banking, website, through branch, all these are already in place, but these two are very important, which is helping us to a long way.
Yeah, fantastic. So very often the field functionaries and a lot of people are going to be watching the show as well, find it very difficult to balance between compliance and business goals. And we've seen instances of various banks going through some problems because one became greater than the other. What message would you give to the branch, and how do you present this? Where do we draw the red line as far as compliance is concerned from your perspective?
So I'm firm believer that we have to do the business. Business is always first.
Right.
And our MD sirs always say that business first, but compliance is always.
Yes.
So compliance is to be always.
Right.
And whenever there is a thing required, and if you follow the defined procedures, defined guidelines, it actually helps you to increase the business.
Exactly.
And if your way of working, way of doing the transaction, way of customer onboarding is as per SOP, which is as per the guidelines,
Right.
it helps you to further increase the business.
Right.
And it gives the confidence to the customer also that this is a well compliant bank,
Right.
Which is help to me
Right.
to increase my business.
So repeat business follows.
So repeat business
I
follows.
agree, I
So
agree.
my perception says and my view says compliance is always, and if you are following it, it is going to help you a lot.
Fantastic, sir. Thank you so much. Is there a message that you want to give to all our people who are watching the program across India and across on our YouTube channel? Over to you and to the camera, sir.
I know. So my definitely yes on that. The field functionaries, and this is not limited to the field functionaries. Compliance is as a part of all of us,
Absolutely.
and it cannot be driven by one person or one department. It's a unit, it's a bank. We are more and more focused towards compliance. The guidelines which is getting issued to the branches or the departments, word by word we should follow and should not deviate from the guidelines. And if we follow, I am 100% sure we are there to increase our business, and it is going to be a backbone for that. That's what my view.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time. And this was the discussion with our CEO, Mr. Pravin Sharma. We look forward to seeing you again into the next episode. Signing off. Thank you very much.